you've done the mental work like shifting your beliefs, strategizing goals, and maybe you've even started to take action, but still feel like you're getting pulled back into the same patterns, you're not broken. You're just living in an environment that's still coded for the old you. Whether you want to lose weight, run a successful business, build a social media following, I'm going to show you how to reprogram your space, habits, and surroundings so they force the upgraded version of you to show up. After 10 years of studying self-development and rebuilding my life from anxiety, injury, and toxic relationships, this was one of the final pieces that clicked everything into place. The external world is reinforcing your internal beliefs and habits, whether you're conscious of it or not. So think about your phone. Every so often, it needs an OS update, an operating system update. If you don't update it, your apps crash, it slows down, and nothing works right. You also struggle to download anything new. That's how most of us live. We're trying to run new goals on an old operating system, our environment. You've updated you, your mindset, your vision, but your environment is still coded for the old version of you. And like any outdated software, it's sluggish and keeps pulling you back. Here's how to rewrite that. The 3E check. Digital environment. Curate your consumption. It's time for a digital diet because you've essentially created an echo chamber for your negative thought patterns, making a tool out of comparison to chisel away at your own self-esteem. What are the associated emotions with your social media algorithm? Homepage, FYP, whatever you want to call it. Do you follow accounts that post pictures or stories that ignite you with anxiety, anger, or dread? You're using your valuable time each day filling up your subconscious and emotions with useless information and comparison triggers. You might not think consciously about it, but what you consume online most definitely has a domino effect on how you can perform throughout the day. So it's not ideal to be wasting your valuable resources and consuming what just happens to come up on your phone from the sake of routinely picking it up multiple times a day and your old digital habits. The American Psychological Association found that people who use social media frequently report higher levels of stress and anxiety, and studies have shown cutting usage down leads to better mood and focus in as little as 3 weeks. So when you're mindlessly scrolling, it's not just wasting time, it's literally rewiring your emotional baseline and draining energy you need for the use of your goals. Drastically lessening your phone usage overall is the obvious hack, but a smoother route is to unfollow negativity, mute triggers, subscribe to accounts that push you towards the life you want, not distract you from it. But remember, the sole purpose of these apps is to distract you from you. It is their designed purpose. Connection matrix, friends and events that drain you. Check your social inputs. Who do you spend time with and how do you feel during and after seeing them? Do they feed or starve your vision and mission? This is what I like to call the connection matrix. Anyone from childhood friends, work buddies to family. In my early 20s, I realized the effect that hanging around the wrong people could have on my success. If they were constantly down and out about their situation, but did nothing to work towards changing it, or if all they wanted to do was smoke weed or drink, sometimes your circle decreases in size, but increases in value. The simple fact is, if they aren't aiming for a level of life that you're aiming for, it will be harder for you to execute the plans and actions that your dream life requires you to. Even if they're aiming for a different level in a different game and they can be that cheerleader on your side that pulls you back up when you're down, that's great. But if you don't have one of those two, you have a problem. People are either neutral, drain you, or fuel your growth. If you're hanging around someone and you feel their dense, heavy energy, whether that's from what they say about you and what you're doing, or how they might victimize themselves by their outer circumstances, or it's just the way they hold themselves or how they talk about other people behind their back. So choose your circle wisely. Make the decision for the life you're growing towards. If the people you surround yourself with only go out to clubs, drink and take drugs, complain about what they can't do, shit on others for the sake of conversation, is that way of life really going to get you to where you want to go? Now, this isn't just me being a cold-hearted cynic, I promise. There's data showing that it's biology. Research from Harvard tracked people for over 30 years and found that your habits, from obesity to smoking to happiness, spread through social circles like a virus. So, who you're around doesn't just influence you mentally, it literally shifts your behavior over time. Your resources of time and energy are limited. Your connections matrix can either make or break you. Okay, let me give you two scenarios. Scenario A, you need to go to the gym, but it just so happens all your clothes are in the laundry because you pushed that task off your priority list by scrolling TikTok and Instagram for hours. Scenario B, you need to go to the gym and your whole outfit is laid out in a clear spot ready for you to get into it and go. Are you more likely to go to the gym in scenario A or B? That's the difference between living reactively or living by design. Now, there is a time for organized chaos, and that's usually my majority, I'll be honest, and I am more often in a creative process than an executing process, and my environment tends to reflect that. But I think to be successful is to learn the art of focus and the ebb and flow of both of these processes or energies. We need creativity, chaos, to actually create something, execute. We need both, and we can't get stuck in one or the other. Put pen to paper. Actually draw the thing and not just mentalize the possible image of the thing. Build and sell the product in your business. Don't just keep brainstorming. Get to the gym and stop thinking of different ways and hacks to lose weight. In my experience, people usually know what to do. They're just stuck in the chaos. But this video is about how to take control from your external environment that's controlling you, so you can actually live your dream life, not just mentally design it. So for this stage in your process, you don't need more creativity, you don't need more insight, a new idea, more motivation that comes from the messy chaos. You need to learn how to execute, doing and taking action. This happens more easily when you have order. Consistent execution requires an ordered system. That's why something as small as cleaning your desk or having a clean bedroom, organizing your content creation gear, it's so important right now for this stage, because it's then a signal to your mind that you are able and capable of managing what you can control. It's small scale competency building, and the more wins you can stack of competency, your confidence rises with that stack, equaling to your confidence of execution. Ask yourself, what does this space reinforce about me? Learn how to shift from living effectively into living by design. Then becoming your future self results by default. And it's been proven that visual competition in the brain, like clutter around you, decreased focus in the brain. It's making you slower and less effective at tasks, non-creative tasks that is. I love this quote from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Success at anything will always come down to this: focus and effort. And we control both. Your ability to focus will determine your level of success through life. If you implement the 3E check in your life, you will see actualized results of your self-improvement within weeks. Set up for success. Set out clothes, clear space for priorities, sign in to what you need to sign into. Most people underestimate how much their environment controls them. That's why most people stay average. Your space, your triggers, the people you see, the food you keep in your cupboards, they're all identity anchors. If those anchors are coded for the old self or your old self, you'll always feel resistance. And to set up for success, the more specific the process of the plan is, the more likely you are to achieve your goal, because it leaves no space for failure. If you spent all your weekly food money on healthy groceries, time to meal prep and cook. Apply this to any of your goals and you can cut out decision fatigue through living by design, which is essentially autopilot. But remember, your external environment usually designs itself around your subconscious beliefs. Make sure you've actually updated the world within you and check out my next video on rewiring your subconscious beliefs for a successful life. That's where the whole shift begins.